Hey you! Yeah you! Do you want to see what's inside this mystery art supply box? ScrawlrBox? You don't? Oh, well, bye then. Just kidding, ha! What a good gag. Let's get into unboxing this mystery art supply box. Here we go. You know the first thing I see? This purple ScrawlrBox logo sticker. I can accept it, I guess, because it's more on the earthy side. So let's go ahead and get all of our art supplies out. Oh my gosh, I see paint. And let's take a peek here. Is this part of the art supply? I'm going to get this out just in case. If I can get it out. Here we go. So here is our print of the month by the artist of the month, who is Katie Jobling, I think? Jobling? So here is our list of supplies for this month, July. And this is really cool. They supply you with what looks like a business card, but it's actually like your own DIY palette knife sort of thing. So you cut off one of the edges and then you can use it to paint and apply paint to your canvas. That is really cool and really cute. It's very thick and sturdy. I'm just gonna put that over here. But first, let's review our candy. We have a Vital Lollipop. Let's test it out. And by test it, I mean taste. Okay, so as I suspected, it was very sour. I think it's blue raspberry flavor, but you know what? I like sour. Let's get into it. We have our paints. We have Cobra Artist Water Mixable Oil Paints in Ultramarine, Primary Magenta, Titanium White. So there you go, we can make purple out of these colors. I'm telling you guys, I've never used oil, so I'm very scared, but I'm so excited to finally try it, and that's what these boxes are for. Ooh, what's this? We have a Zon Custom Flat Synthetic Universal Brush branded with the ScrawlrBox logo. That is super adorable. A nice small little brush. Feels like a brush. Next up, we have the most adorable tiny little canvas, the primed stretched canvas panel. Here's our little canvas, super tiny, super cute. I think I'm actually not going to swatch our supplies, and we're just going to get into it later when I get to arting. For now, we have one more thing. We have our Derwent sketching pencil, graphic 2B. There we go. And of course, we do have our palette knife card, which I still think is super adorable and very clever. I love that. A nice little tiny pocket thing. You can put it in your wallet, take it with you. Though I guess oil isn't the best thing to do on the go because it takes so long to dry. Ooh, and it looks like that paper is something. This is a palette paper 45 GSM. This special paper sheet is a vegetable parchment. Wow, so it looks like this is a piece of paper that you can use as a palette, and you can mix on it and also save your paint on. That is super cool, and I can't wait to try that out either. All right, is this it? Is this all of our art supplies? And I might actually end up busting out my own canvas just because having one little tiny, teeny weeny little thing to work on is kind of sad. I might want to do more. So I've got another canvas just because I have canvas on me. And with that, let's see what our monthly challenge is. It is abstract floral. All right, here we go. Oils, oils, oils. So I'm going to do some sketching on this paper. We're going to cut our card. We're going to do some swatching, and I'm scared, but we're going to get into it. All right, first things first, let's cut this card, and I think I'm just gonna cut along where they suggested cutting. I like this, it's fun. It's fun. Does it sound like I'm having fun? Or should I swatch first? I was gonna say before I get to sketching, wow, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just swatch our colors and see what's up. I'm scared, but you know, let's just do it. We'll just get a little bit and then blend them into each other and, you know, see what we're all about. Like I said, this is actually my first experience using oil paints ever. Like ever. Never touched them before. They feel a lot less goopier than acrylic, so I kind of like that aspect about it. I'm just not super in love with the whole 3 to 5 days to dry situation. Not my jam. I like to finish art pieces in like one sitting. I think there's just this whole thing about oils needing a lot more care with cleanup and taking care of things and maybe ventilation and all this stuff. I really like the way the texture just seems a lot different than acrylic, and I really like that. Actually, you know what? I didn't play around with maybe like applying, what am I doing? Let's just see what happens if we use the card. So I don't know what we could do with this. Whoa. But, ooh, hold up. Oh, this makes just, I do want to do abstract. I think in my last unboxing video, I was like, I want to do abstract, and then I did the character. But honestly, look how cool this is. I just put some swatches down and then went over it with this and smeared it around, and it looks so cool. Okay, so we've got our swatches down. That was fun. Cool. I have a better idea. That sounded so sarcastic. I have a better idea now of what sort of colors we're working with and what we can mix. So I'm going to do some thumbnailing and see, oh, our canvas is square. So I'm like, oh, I just got this paint down. I don't want to get dirty. So maybe I'll do some thumbnailing, get some ideas down, see what's up. So if we do want to stick to the theme, it was abstract floral. So I was thinking about playing with texture and doing like a field of flowers or something. That might be really fun. And then having like a little fairy or sprite or something. In contrast with this little guy, which now I'm starting to think would be so cute if it had like a little red hat in this purplish, bluish field of flowers with red, oh my gosh, I'm loving this. With pink cheeks, oh. I'm already sold on that idea, but let's continue. Should we do, I don't want to do a figure because I did like a portrait in the last mystery unboxing where we painted with acrylics. Gosh, we're just doing all of the painting, aren't we? You know, I just did a few videos ago, I painted a girl that had flowers for eyes. What if we had like flowers for hair? I mean, she did have vines for hair. Big anime eyes or something. An anime nose. I could just draw anime. Don't know why I went in that direction. But here we are. Wait, is she still gonna have flowers? Maybe she could just have a flower in her hair. She's an anime character, I gotta give her anime hair. Why am I drawing this again? Can anybody remind me? Okay, I just got a really crazy idea. I know, I'm so crazy. So remember this canvas? I do have a few of these, but remember this canvas? Well, I was thinking maybe to get warmed up, we could do like an abstract painting or something where I just kind of, I mean, I'm not going to use all of this paint on this tiny canvas. I mean, I might as well have fun and do something kind of crazy, right? I think we should warm up, do something abstract on here, and then once I get a feel for the paints, we can do our field of flowers on this little thing. Sound good? No? Well, I'm going to do it anyways. I think a nice, I don't even know where to start. I think a nice gradient from dark to light would be pretty cool. And we're just gonna see what happens. I think it's really cool that I'm just gonna experiment with no direction in mind. So the brush is very small. Maybe I should start off with the card and just see where it goes from here. Ooh, abstract. What if I like the swirls more than the lines? We could always do a little bit of both, huh? There's too much purple! It turned into nothing but purple and now it makes me very sad. Okay, let's actually put more red down. You guys are probably like screaming at all the paint I'm using. So I'm gonna start at the bottom and we're just gonna do circles all the way to the top of the canvas. I'm just gonna see what the paint does, see what happens. Here we go. Some spots are gonna be thicker than others. Some are going to be thinner than others. What if I love this? The only thing I don't like is I wish there was like a better, smoother gradient from like the lighter one to like a pink, because I do really like this pastel-y, pinkly purple color. I just think it's really fun and interesting, and it just captures that I just had fun and just let loose and did something really whatever this is, and I really like it. And I'm kind of obsessed with wanting to paint the edges though. I just don't know how I'm gonna get the same color. I gotta be honest with you guys. I enjoyed this abstract painting. This is my abstract floral. We have a lovely bouquet of pink, white flowers going to red and purple, and it's nice and textured. I think it's really cool. I think it's really fun. I just got paint on my arm. I'm going to have this sit somewhere for 3 days to dry, so that's terrifying, but I think it's really cool. I mean, look at these textures. It's really fun. There's chunks of paint. I just went loose, had fun, and thanks for coming to my video. I hope, no, I was joking. I'm actually going to do the small canvas next, so I hope you guys enjoyed me just experimenting and having fun. Let's move to something a little more illustrative, a little bit more my style, fun and cute. Let's get into it. Okay, so that canvas is actually so small, I'm going to need to zoom in. Is that good? I think that might be okay. I hope it is, because honestly, that's the most my camera can zoom in. All right. So let's use the box how we're supposed to. Wow, I did put it in some paint there. That's fine. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get some colors out. With my abstract painting, I learned that you actually don't need that much paint. It can go a very long way. I think that's the difference between oil and acrylic. Oil really stretches out. It's very something with oil, and again, I don't know anything about oil paint, but something with it seemed like it was able to spread out a lot easier than acrylic. Acrylic seemed to be really chunky. I guess I could pencil probably directly onto the canvas, right? Since paint goes over it? I mean, why not? That's why we have this pencil. Okay, so just like our little sketch there, I was thinking about having some clouds in the sky. Don't really need to sketch clouds. Okay, and there's going to be flowers in the field to keep to our theme, but I mean, I already did my abstract floral. Did you not see that masterpiece I just created like a second ago? Man, I wish I put way more blue in that piece because it's super purple heavy, but I can always do another one. I want to start off with like a pink sky. So we'll get just a little bit. Okay, that is not just a little bit. I'm not used to mixing colors with white because I'm so used to watercolor where if you want something white, you either leave the paper blank or you just add water to your paints. However, with acrylic and oil, I'm out of practice because I know you're only supposed to add like a little bit of color to white because the color will overpower the white. Okay, so I want the sky to fade to white, so I'm just going to get some white. It's just so different than watercolor where I can play around with the texture of the material, whereas watercolor is just super flat. I want to play with it just being really loose, so I'm not super concerned with consistency of color or anything. Gosh. Y'all ready for another disaster? Maybe I should start off with a base and then add on top of it. I feel like this isn't really adding texture. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Just going through and adding texture and layering darknesses the best I can. I know the drying time for these paints is 3 to 5 days, but yeah, that's just not for me. We're just gonna jump in and try to layer this as best as we can while it's wet. I wish our brush was smaller. The brush is like as big as the canvas. Would have been nice to have like a finer point to work with because we're working so tiny, but that's okay. So I want the little elf guy's skin to be just white, but I don't want it to be like plain white canvas. I want to cover everything in paint. But because oil has that long drying time, I'm so scared that it's just going to mix everything up in this poor little guy's face and he'll become this purple red blob. Wish me luck. Oh gosh, I'm getting really close. I actually kind of want to try to smooth out the red bits because they're just so 3D. I don't know how oils work, but I feel like there's just too much paint. I actually think I want the texture of the brush strokes to go around the hat instead of up the hat. I think that creates a more visually interesting texture and also helps suggest that the hat is round. I like that. I like that a lot more. Okay, cool. We're getting somewhere. Do I want to add a mouth? Oh my gosh, I think I love this little guy. He's cute. All right, let's add some red flowers to the field. Okay, is this it? Is that our abstract floral situation? So this is, I'm afraid to touch it because it's forever wet until the day I die. Here is our little first oil painting with the theme abstract floral. We have our little gnome elf thing running in this purple field of red flowers and a pink sky. We have our textured clouds. This was a struggle. I'm pretty sure I don't know what I'm doing. This was a struggle. This was really cool, but this was a struggle. Everything was a struggle, but you know what? I actually had a lot of fun doing our abstract painting, which is across the room drying because it's going to take 10,000 days to dry. So I'm not going to touch it because I'm scared. But I had a lot of fun. This was really interesting. I enjoyed my first experience with oil paints, even though it was really scary. And you know what? I had the most fun with that abstract painting with just swirling colors together and just doing it and having fun. So would I do that again? Yeah. It might be fun to add little characters in these abstract paintings. So it's something that I want to try doing and playing around with. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this disaster. Hopefully you had some fun. I had some fun with the abstract painting, definitely. Playing loosely with this was really fun, even though I didn't do the drawing time properly, but it was fun. Did I say I had fun yet? It was fun. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, of course, to ScrawlrBox for sending me this box. If you want your own box, check out the link in the description, and stay golden. Bye. And now a huge thank you to my wonderful patrons for all of their support. You guys are the best. If you want to be in the credits at the end of my videos, see secret sketches, coloring pages, early access, and more, check out my Patreon by clicking a link in the description. Thank you guys all so much for the support. Bye!